The Pinball Enterprise, and after about 6 full sheets of Aztec decals, I am only down to just about this many left, which is just very, very small ones, and a very few of the decals on the original decal sheet that comes with the kit, and that'd be like the registry and the name and just a couple other little ones. But anyway, other than that, that's pretty much it. So we are getting down to the nitty gritty on the Pinball Enterprise. So basically what I've done is finished up all the Aztecs that go on the nacelles, finished the ones that go around the bottom of the saucer here, and then I started putting on the very little, I call it little decals that go on the bottom of the ship. And then after I get pretty much the rest of the decals on, except for the registry, I want to saturate it with microsol here, just get a real good coat on everything, and then I'm going to go back in and spray it another gloss coat so I can put the registry decals on so they'll slide evenly and get them into position where they should be. But anyway, we are just taking shape of putting all the decals on. I don't remember if I actually got the impulse engine on there, and just little decals here and there, and hopefully we can get the rest of them on there, and then get the I call it the important decal on. So anyway, we're looking forward to that. Anyway, so more on that this week. We'll just start doing again a couple at a time. Before you know it, we will have it done. But anyway, that's my game plan, and then I gotta saturate it, get everything, make sure the decals really sit well on the model. The E12, finished it. The only thing I haven't done on that and the cullemeyer trailer is I gotta put a dull coat on it, and you all won't see that, and I'm going to get these off the table. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow. I went ahead and put a decal ball and cross on each side of the turret here, and finishing up. I think I kept the weathering down to a bare minimum. I think it looks pretty darn slick. So anyway, of course I like the E12. I think it looks like a good predecessor to the E10. I just think that's actually one of the coolest little resin kits I've built in a while, just for the sheer funness of it. I got to paint the tools, which I neglected to do last night, but anyway, we'll get that taken care of. But that's pretty much it, and just going to paint the tools, get the dull coat on there, and ready to go. Same way with the cullemeyer trailer. I went in, I don't know if you can actually see it, but I took a little bit of what I take here, pigment. I did a little bit of the green earth, which is basically a gray pigment. I put a little bit in there just to give it just a little bit of a highlight, and I'm going to shoot it with a flat coat, and we're pretty much done on it. But anyway, my only really complaint with this kit is there's not. I know there's a whole lot of parts, but I think instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate pieces, I think most of this probably should have been one piece. I know the bottom here has the leaf springs and everything, which I kind of would have omitted if I made the kit, just to make the kit simpler, because you could not really see the bottom. But anyway, that's just me. But anyway, cullemeyer trailer's done, so we're going to get them off the workbench and sealed up, and then we're going to start either the E100. I'll probably do the low first because it had individual track links. I think I'm going to probably start it first, get that out of the way. So we'll probably start that in a day or two, and then we'll continue on. The Raptor, basically what I've done so far on it is it's pretty much all assembled. I went in and did a little putty work, which I done putty, and that is, if I can do it with one hand. Come on. No. Here, I'm up. Hold on. Get my arthritic fingers here to work. There we go. So, what I've used is, this is sprue and MEK, And I have about 3 different thicknesses. I got like a super thick, which you can almost sculpt with it. There's kind of a medium, and then I got a little bit of a more thin, if you will. And it just goes on, you know, just put it on like you do normal putty with a spatula. And once it dries, takes about a day, maybe 2, just depends on how thick you got it on there. And it sands smooth, just like the plastic kit. Anyway, but that's just what I like to. I'm getting more and more trying to stay away from the red putty. Now there is times you have to use red putty. Don't get me wrong, but I like the sprue putty. I just think it actually bites into the plastic, and it also helps seal. Like if you got a joint here, it'll actually, you know, weld it together, and then you can sand it smooth and all that good stuff. But anyway, I think it's just a great asset to the hobby and the old school way of doing putty. But anyway, so I got that, started doing it on that side as well, and just a few other little places. And that's about the only putty that I've had to use, and the only reason I had to do that is the wires that go through here. It just pushed it back just a tad. I tried to think of ways to, because there's really no room in there to get it to fit. But anyway, put some styrene strip on the engines there where I actually glued them on backwards. So, you know, trying to hide the mistakes so no one knows. And started masking the control panels. So hopefully, I'm gonna try to. I gotta get a new sharp blade and finish trimming them off. But I got that. And then what I'm going to do is try to get the rest of the parts in there, like the little joysticks and all that, seats, and then hopefully do a little primer so I can see where I need to fix up. And then on the nav lights here, which I need to mask, it took some A plus B. I don't have A plus B. I haven't had that in years. Epoxy sculpt. Took that and resculpted the bottom of the little boom here. And just to make it flush with the kit. Probably need to do a quick little sanding down just to get see if there's any rough, and then I need to shoot a little paint on it so we can you know, see what, or if any, if I miss. So anyway, more on the Raptor. And then one thing I had to do, and I had to look, is there's actually a seam that goes right through here. You could probably leave it if you really you know, didn't want to mess with it, but I went ahead and in the process sanding that off, and it's almost smoothed down. But anyway, that's about the only really chore is sanding about the 3 little spots there. But anyway, very fun kit. So hopefully, I'm hoping to get more of it accomplished so we can get primered and start doing. I like to get the interior painted, and then so I can seal it up and then continue on with the kit. Hex marks the spot. So what I've done is I got it all assembled. I got to put him, you know, more glued on the railing here, and I got to finish gluing the mast down. But it's really ready for paint, and the action still works. So that's actually pretty darn slick. Very fun. I think it's a unique kit. I like diorama kits that you can build out of the box. I think it's just imagination's there, the artistry, you know, painting and anything. It's just unlimited what you can do with this type of kit. So it's ready for really paint. So hopefully I want to try to get it painted or start painting it maybe this weekend. So we'll just see how far along we get. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We're going to start painting the hex marks a spot. We finished up the E12 and the cullemeyer trailer. The Raptor is getting some love and attention, and we are whittling down the decals on the Pinball Enterprise. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.